Hi ladies, welcome to our Pnimi. This is Sarah Tova Best. A rainy day in New York, another one perfect for Parshas Noach. What do you expect? The flood. So I'm going to tell you a little personal story, and we're going to see what it has to do with feeling confused in a certain way in this week. A number of years ago, I was walking in the park with my friend, and it was right after Yontif, and I said, well, I'm really having a hard time kind of sorting it all out. Where am I going? Who, what, where? The whole thing, it's just, I'm having, it's a tough week. And she said, well, of course. It's Parshas Noach. I said, what do you mean, of course? She said, it's the flood. Everything, it's like being in that giant washing machine. Everything's going round and round, and everything that you're familiar with is being obliterated. And there's this huge flood in your life, and it's this big confusion, and you're going from the old to the new. So how do you expect to have a good week? So I thought, well, that's interesting. So every year when Parshas Noach would come around, I would interview people and ask them, so how's your week? And across the board, almost everybody would say, yeah, it's not really a great week, I must say. But nobody ever figured out why. And when I would say, well, it's Parshas Noach, they said, come to think of it. So if you're having a hard time this week and you're kind of confused or any of that stuff, it's Parshas Noach. And so I looked it up in Sichas, and the Rebbe said Parshas Noach is a kalam mit nevach. It's kind of a sad, depressing, yucky week. And then towards the end of the week, and then next week, we start to live every day with Avram Avinu, and everything gets better because it's a cheerful week next week. So let's blame it on the Parsha. Right? However you're feeling, let's blame it on the Parsha. So here's the question. What's going on? And what is being demanded of you? What's going on is two things. It's whatever happened in the year 1656, to Noach. What happened was that a flood came. I don't have to tell you all this. A flood came and inundated the world, and it essentially wiped out the world. And what came out, as they were all encapsulated in this bubble of this teva, what came out was Olam Chadash Ra'ah. Noach saw a new world. A completely new world came out. The old was gone forever, done, never to return. So that's one thing that was happening then. So what do you think's happening now? Old world, old you, the way you used to think, your mindset, gone, done, finished, been there, over. At the end of Parshas Noach, if you play your cards right, you will walk out a new person with eyes that are capable of seeing an entirely new world. Because after all, what we don't want is, that feeling of, so how are things going? Same old, same old. I mean, the last thing we want is to live same old, or even to be around people who are doing same old, or even saying it. We want to be able to walk out of our house, our life, our this, our car, and see the truth. What Noach saw. Olam Chadash Ra'ah. He saw the truth. He saw that at every second there is a new world. The old one is gone. But in terms of history, he didn't just see that every second it's a new world. He saw something much bigger. It was a one-time event that reflected kind of what happens every second, but in a way bigger way, that the old is gone, the new is coming in, and you're going to go through quite a dynamic and something different is emerging. So I want those eyes. I want to be able to see that. I want to see a new world. I am quite tired of same old, same old. I don't even want to hear people say it. I certainly don't want to feel it myself. So comes along the Lubavitcher Rebbe, and he says, this is the week when I'm asking you to do a reckoning, a soul reckoning, called the Cheshbon Tzedek. And the soul reckoning is about the following question. Not last week's question in Parshas Bereishis, which was asking ourselves, so what are you planning for this year? How are you planning to view reality this year? That was what you're planning in potential. What's the blueprint? Last week we had to ask ourselves, so what's your blueprint? Not necessarily what are you going to do, but how are you going to look at life? Gullus way or Geula way? This week, the Rebbe says, it's been your first week in the world. So what you want to ask yourself this Shabbos is, so how you're doing in your first week in the world after you went through Tishrei, you went through the blueprint on Bereishis, and now you've been in the world for 1 week. So how you doing? And what the Rebbe says is, what I hope you come out with is the following shift. The Rebbe ends the Sikha by saying, on Yom Kippur, we say at the end of Yom Kippur 7 times, Hashem Elokim, 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 Yud Kei Vav Kei, Havayu Elokim, Havayu Elokim, L'Shana Haba B'Yerushalayim. 7 times we say Havayu Elokim. What are we doing? We're taking the miraculous reality, Yud Kei Vav Kei, the one that, the tzaddikim live on that level, they perceive it that way, and we're bringing it down into Elokim, into everyday life. Like, yeah, I could do that. Tzaddikim used to be able to scan the world and see this woman was looking for her husband, and she would go to a tzaddik, and he would say, I see your husband in Leipzig. That was a tzaddik. That's Yud Kei Vav Kei, Havaya. Bringing it down into Elokim means I do a Google search and I can find the same thing. It becomes available, normal life. Once that is regular life, we go to the next level. What's the new? What we're trying to make the miraculous things, miraculous way of seeing reality, and miraculous tools become the new normal. 7 different levels of it. I have a very good friend who's a concert pianist, and so what I was saying was, for her to say, wow, I successfully played chopsticks on the piano this week, is that's not what's demanded of her. She already did that one. Been there, done that. There was a time, maybe she was a year old, and she learned, maybe she's 3 years old and she learned to play chopsticks. Been there, done that. That was her Havaya. That would be her miraculous thing. She conquered that. Ding, make it your new normal. Now go for the higher one. Now she goes for much higher stuff, much more sophisticated stuff. The Rebbe says, that means you. Doesn't have to be the piano, but whatever it is, the mindset of Havaya, that the miraculous is available to me. The miraculous way of no limitations becomes available to me. And the Rebbe says, can you pull that down into your life? When you go to buy a laptop and they don't have any more in the store, and all of that stuff, it becomes available. Are we still accepting the old limitations of, same old, you don't get what you want, and you can't always find what you want, and life is so tough, and all, yada da. The Rebbe says, seriously? You're still thinking like that? Please, give yourself some air. Reach for the new Yud Kei Vav Kei. Reach for the new miraculous mindset. It's doable. It's miraculous. It's Ein Sof. Reach for it. Pull it down into everyday life. Take get rid of your iPhone 5. Go to an iPhone 6, and then a 7, now a 8. Make what was unattainable yesterday part of your everyday reality. Open your eyes to see the miraculous is there for me, for you, for us. And make it part of your basic download. And then reach for something higher. 7 different levels. Because in the Parsha, in this Sikha, Parshas Noach, after saying many different things, ask yourself, so how am I doing in my first week in the world? How am I doing about what? How am I doing about Havayu Elokim, Havayu Elokim, Havayu Elokim, Havayu Elokim? How am I doing? And if I'm not doing as well as I want, ask for help. Ask for help. And the Sikha ends with the Rebbe saying, Havayu Elokim, Havayu Elokim, Havayu Elokim, L'Shana Haba B'Yerushalayim, 7 times. So ladies, with that in mind, it's not just a demand, oh gosh, I can't even manage everything, now I have to do this. Let's put it together with, why are we having a hard week? because the old reality is being obliterated through the flood. Meidas, what do you think the flood was? It wasn't only a physical flood of rain. It was a immersion, a flood of meidas, of godly understanding and integrated knowledge, flooding the world. Think it was just then? Remember the story of Noah and they fled, and the world was flooded with the knowledge of God? No. Now. You, we, me, this, them, her, him. This week, now. The same week that we're having a hard time. I bet it's connected to me having a hard time. Right. Why? We're being downloaded with the knowledge of God. Big time. So that we're being empowered to be able to reach up to the next level of miraculous perception of reality, and it can become basic. You think that's just going to smoothly flow into your life? Maybe. Good for you if it does. Or is it going to feel like you're in a washing machine and somebody forgot to turn off, to press the button to turn it off? Yeah, maybe that one. So the tough news is the washing machine. Get me out of here. The good news is, through this washing machine, we're there with Noach. He's doing it, we're doing it, it's happening again, it's happening this week. And we're being flooded with meidas. We're being flooded with knowledge of God. In every pore, in every cell, in every limb, just downloaded. So that we can emerge with new eyes, to see Olam Chadash Ra, to see a new world, and to enable us to always see a brand new world at every single second. That's the Cheshbon Tzedek. That's the reckoning that we're here to do this week. And we want to come out by saying, Hashem, it's been a tough week, but I bet I'm getting there. I don't even feel like I'm getting there because I'm in the washing machine. And what kind of visibility do you have when you're in the washing machine anyway, right? I bet I'm getting there. And I'm bet through that, what the Rebbe says in the Sikha, L'shana ba b'Yerushalayim. Through my mucking around in this mess with the right intention, we're on our way to L'shana ba b'Yerushalayim. And we're on our way to Lech Lecha next week, when we're going to move forward into a year that, God willing, will be incredible, and God willing, will be the year of full Geula. And we can celebrate with joy and dance. We did it, we struggled through it, we got it, we're there, let's dance. So ladies, wishing you an amazing week, an amazing Shabbos, and let's just do it together. Thanks so much.